All right, everybody. How are you doing tonight, this fine Sunday night? I am Peter Brown, the host of these festivities tonight. And, of course, I can't do this without my partner in crime, Uncle Ed. Say hi, Ed.
How's it going, everybody? Uncle Ed here. How's it going, everybody? Uncle Ed here. We've got a great show. Pain in our butts for such a long time. Pain in our butts for such a long time.
You know, it's going to be fun. You guys are going to like them. If you haven't seen them before, you guys are going to like them. Probably have. If you haven't seen them before, but most of you probably have.
Right.
He's been around everywhere. He's like a tumor.
He's like a tumor. All right, well, let's bring him in right now. Let's welcome Chris Marrazzo. Chris is the host of the Tailgate Show up in Nashville. So this week we wanted to talk Nashville, so we wanted to talk to somebody obviously from Nashville. And who better to talk about soccer and up there than the guy that used to do the same thing down here, did the Tailgate Show for many, many years down here in South Florida, focusing on the Fort Lauderdale Strikers, now doing the same thing up in Nashville. How you doing, Chris?
Yeah, baby. That's a great introduction. Yeah, baby. That's a great introduction.
I feel tingly.
I got all over in all the wrong places.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That just felt good. Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
That just felt good.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
Here in Nashville now. We're doing the
I'm up here. We're having an absolutely phenomenal time.
We're having an absolutely phenomenal time.
A lot like the way
I leaned on you guys. A lot like the way
I leaned on you guys.
Your radio show.
Basically stealing your radio show.
You need help.
You know, and I walked into this new place, and I didn't know anybody, man.
I had no friends. I had no friends. Maybe one buddy down there. I had maybe one buddy down there. I had a couple of singer-songwriter guys, but I had a couple of real songwriter guys, but no one really to hang out with.
Real friends,
no one really to hang out with.
I am so looking forward to soccer, man.
I am so looking forward to soccer, man. I need some boys to hang out with, man.
I need some boys to hang out with. You know what I'm saying?
You got to have that camaraderie. You got to have that thing going. Camaraderie. You got to have that thing going.
You know,
show forward to those big days.
Yeah, drinking buddies. You can't just drink by yourself. Then they'll think there's something wrong if you drink by yourself. Then they'll think there's something wrong with you if you drink by yourself.
Be like George Thorogood, for those of you that are old enough to remember.
Oh, yeah.
I drink alone. So, anyways, as always, as we are welcoming, Terry Allen is in the chat. So, welcome to the chat, Terry Allen. If you guys want to jump into the conversation, make sure you jump into the chat and throw your questions out there. And you guys, of course, as always, can direct the show that way. But when we talked about starting to have guests on the show, I just thought we got to start with Chris. I mean, because at the end of the day, if it all goes bad, it doesn't really matter, right?
Right.
It'll be Chris's fault.
We'll just delete the video. Yeah, we'll just delete the video. It'll be like nothing ever happened.
Never happened. Nothing ever happened. Because if you watch the show at any, lately or anything, you'll know there's sometimes some technical difficulties because we're still trying to figure this thing out. But anyways, hey Chris, I want to know why Nashville. I mean, you had sunny South Florida. South Florida was good to you, and you decided to move up to Nashville.
Yeah,
that's a long story, but that's a long story,
but like anything, right?
A girl,
just like anything, right?
Yeah, I can't. But listen, I was looking for a change. I was looking for a change.
I don't know. I've been there a long time. I've been there a long time. I miss.
I go back all the time, and
I go back all the time.
It was time for a little change. I'm really close to my parents. I'm really close to my parents.
My parents are only 4 hours away. They're in Atlanta.
My parents are only 4 hours away. They're in Atlanta.
We're traveling there, by the way.
Wait till we're traveling there, by the way.
But I'm looking forward to new things.
I'm looking forward to be involved with an MLS team. To be involved with an MLS team.
And I just came in at the time of a lifetime.
At the time of a lifetime. Like I was telling you guys, like I leaned on you. Like I was telling you guys, like I leaned on you.
Steven up here, and he's like,
there's this guy, the main guy for this, like, one of the main guy for the, one of the biggest supporter groups here. He turned me on to the two guys that I do the show with.
Immediately,
and these guys just became. It was amazing. Guys just became great friends.
It was amazing.
Hang out, great friends.
Not just
hang out, not just at the matches,
not just at
the show.
Not just at the show.
It's just a really
cool environment up here.
Nashville is dynamite.
Cool environment up here.
Nashville is dynamite.
It is absolutely blowing up. The construction that's going on.
Blowing up the construction that's going on.
Every time I talk to people,
every time I talk to people,
they're always like, how many cranes are up there?
Everywhere. everywhere. So this city is booming everywhere. So this city is booming. I tell you, I'm super excited, and I always say I'm super excited for them. And I always say I'm super excited. They always yell at me. But they always yell at me. I've been here such a short time. It's only been I've only been one time. It's only been I've only been one season in. Ridiculous. To have the show already is ridiculous. So I feel like I'm still rooting for them. You know what I mean? I'm still rooting for them. You know what I mean? Like so excited, so happy, like so excited. The first time I was telling you about that Steven guy. The first time I was telling you about that Steven guy. The first time he was up on that the Capo stand. Yeah, I thought he was coming out of his clothes. I thought he was coming out of his clothes. They just, you know what I mean? They have this thing going here. They have this thing going. It started with that USL team. It started with that USL team. Coming from the NASL. Coming from the NASL, I tell you, I know this whole time. I tell you, everyone was like, oh, we don't. Everyone was like, oh, some people, I should say. Didn't want to be a part of that. Didn't want to be a part of related to the MLS. Anything that was related to the MLS. Different. Like they wanted something different, and all that other NASL, the NISA, and all that other junk. I love the USL. But I tell you, I absolutely love the USL. Professional, absolutely love it. On point. It's just on point. It's just. I know there's not a word, but it's realer. I know there's not a word, but it's realer. It's just realer.
Well, Chris, tell us a little bit about the main difference between South Florida and Nashville. I mean, what do you think? What are the highlights over there? What can we expect when we go up there and take over your city?
That's cool. Very much like the Strikers, and I hope you guys will agree, is we were never those a-holes, right? We were never those people. We were always super invitive to everybody. When those people from out of town came, we invited them over and to hang out with them. Dude, these people are so laid back and chill. There's no room for that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? They are so welcoming and nice. If you come in here yammering like Memphis did, nothing happens. No one cares. They just like, look, they just, he watched Green Street Hooligans one too many times. You know what I mean?
Right. So everybody's very nice, and that's cool, man.
It is. It's like a cold, chill town.
What? Okay, so go ahead.
Yeah, no, we were having a few audio problems, but I think we fixed it now. We had a double audio source coming in. As we said, we are learning through Chris how to have 3 guests. So this is a learning, but yes. I think we just fixed it. So good on that. I pat myself on the back. But
good job, Peter.
Thanks, guys. Yeah. But how is the so?
Oh, so hold on. Let me say. We talked about that one side. I want to say how things are the same as there. Okay?
I was wondering about that.
Supporters groups. I saw Southern Legion. All of a sudden, boosh. Right? There's 2, 3 more. They have that here, and they have it going into you. They have it from USL going in. They have the roadies, the assembly. I know I'm going to miss this, and this is horrible.
They're going to hate you.
I know. Music City supporters, the heaters, the assembly, the roadies. I make sure you got everybody there. What I think? Northern Front. I think. I just don't see those people very often. But you have those groups in there already. In fact, the Assembly, who started a Spanish version of the Assembly. So it's super cool. These people are on it, man. It's like, I don't know. Like, you know what? I guess because, look, we were Striker fans, and it was such crap. You know what I mean? It really was. I mean, it really.
It was a good crap.
I know. Listen, hold on. When I say crap, I didn't. You saw me.
Crap ownership.
I had a pretty good time.
Crap ownership.
I
had a great time.
You were major crap.
I had great times.
But what? Hang on. While you're talking about these great times, I've got to show some pictures just for the people so they can see some of these great times. But continue talking about your great times, Chris.
Okay, let me see. Do I get to see the
No, you
picture?
you don't get to see the belly flop, or you hanging out with the former Strikers coach Gunter, or you acting like the hotshot with your own little fire head, or
those are some great times right there. I still got my fire head right here. See him?
No, we actually don't see him.
Well, yes, now the people can see it a little bit.
Oh, there, yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, right.
There you go. See, that was for those that weren't Striker supporters. That was kind of the mascot, as you can see in this picture of the Fort Lauderdale Strikers. Some a lot of the fans that are maybe watching this are actually hopped on because of MLS. So I'm curious, when you're talking about the supporters clubs and all that, how was the support for the USL team, and how much is it growing due to the MLS?
Now, listen, I definitely heard some rumblings from people in the stands that weren't happy with this year's turnout. I heard that they were doing 9 and change at one point last year, and they were doing, I would say, like 6 and change now.
Mm-hmm.
And it being on the heels of MLS, I wasn't really sure why that happened. Maybe you guys got an opinion on that.
Maybe they were saving up. They're like, oh, MLS is coming, so let's save ourselves up for what's coming. So
are you guys on payment plans?
Are we what?
Are you on payment plans for your season tickets?
Yeah, so we have through Inter Miami. They give you I think it was 8 months to pay it off, or 8 payments.
Yeah,
no interest. Although they do, there is a credit card 2% fee, but I'm sitting in the east section, so away from the supporters, because I can only deal with.
You hate them.
Yeah, I can only deal with Ed so much, right? So I don't necessarily want to stand next to him. This we have distance, right? He's in Miami, I'm in Fort Lauderdale, you're in Nashville, so it's good.
Yep. This is a spread out thing. It's nice.
Hey, man, the internet's
but
great.
He's not like us, man. He's a wuss. He wants to be up there, Yeah, catered to while we're down. We're going to be down there with all the dirty people.
The soundtrack to the match.
Exactly.
Catered to. I am not sitting on the west side in the club section. I am sitting in. I will have the sun in my face, Ed. Especially in that first home game we're going to have. We're going to have. It's going to be like 4:30 in the afternoon. I mean, who schedules a soccer game 4:30 in the afternoon in South Florida? Apparently we do, or MLS does.
Well, it's going
to be a Univision or something, probably. That's why.
Yeah, that's probably why.
TV
they got to make a big thing out of it. Humans, I tell you.
So talking about the tickets, Chris, how are the ticket sales going for Nashville?
I've heard they're doing really well. What that means, I don't know. That's all I've heard so far, is they're doing really well. They were more than happy what's going on so far.
How
good.
Connected are you to the team? Because that was one of the things I know down here. You were super connected with the Fort Lauderdale Strikers, able to get all these players into your kitchen studio, the Cudio, right? Get drunk, have fun, get them to do crazy stuff. Is that still happening in Nashville? You think it's going to happen with MLS, where MLS, it's a different level, and there's media people that are a lot more stringent. What's it like there for you?
I got 0.
0 connection, huh?
0.0.
Wow.
And listen, I tried. They were not, I think they were already in that MLS mindset. You were going to have to be in to get in. As far as I know, there's one podcast that's in, and even them, they can't do anything live with them. They have to be pre-recorded and then okayed and then played. And listen, I don't do a show like that. We don't do that. That's not our gig. So we have gone same format, 3 hosts, 1 guest, and we've done supporters, the president of the supporters groups, and then this year, different than any other year, we're doing music. I mean, hell, we're in Music City, right? I got a bunch of connections through some singer-songwriter people, and I've had live music here in the studio. On days that we didn't talk about soccer, or we only talked half a show about soccer and half on music. It's been phenomenal.
So you're a country boy now? Is that all country music?
Listen, I've always loved country, and I'll never forget this day. I was listening to Howard Stern, and he had Kid Rock on, right? And Howard asked Kid Rock, "Is rock and roll dead?" He said, "No, rock and roll's not dead, but they're all playing country." And I started listening to some of these country guys, and dude, it's rock and roll with this tiny, tiny twang in it. You know what I mean? And I've been listening to it ever since.
All right,
nice.
Good times, Chris. Chris, tell us a little bit about, they're going to be playing at the Tennessee Titans Stadium, Nissan Stadium, I think it's called. How's that going to be? I mean, you're talking about only 6,000 people showing up now. Do you think you guys are going to fill it? Because that's a big stadium.
No. Listen, zero fillings. Okay, there's no fillings.
0.0.
There's 0.0. There's no Seattle going on. I think, listen, they've already said it's just going to be the lower bowl, which I've been there for that, for a couple of Nissan matches with Nashville SC, and I've also been there for the She Believes.
Okay.
It's just okay. I'm just, you know what I mean? Listen, it's loud because you're inside the supporter section, but listen, it's cavernous. It's a big stadium. It's never going to have the feeling of, when you're in tight, when you've seen the renderings of Nashville, no beginning yet, but when you see that tight little place like that, that's going to be beautiful. Playing inside an NFL stadium, I don't care who you are, unless you're filling it.
Let's talk about that for a second. The viewers are getting a chance to look at an outside view of the renderings. It looks like a nice stadium, but I'm competitive. It's nice. It's like, I would rank it somewhere along the lines of our new temporary stadium, Lockhart. I don't know. I mean, compared to what we plan on building in Miami, how do you rank this stadium? I mean, compare Miami's renderings to this one. I think Miami blows it away, no?
Listen, first of all, Nashville is going to stick with their theme, and that's that industrial turnover. Like all the buildings in Nashville, and even if they were this like a feed company, really that's now the listening room, where it's a live music place. You got Acme Feed and Seed or whatever down there on Broadway. It's where they used to sell, whatever, that seed and all that stuff. But they turned those buildings in, and they're going to stay in that theme, that rustic. They're not going to do Miami glitz and glamour. They're not. Well, that's not their gig here.
Speaking of glitz and glamour, let's talk about a little bit how the team is being put together. To me,
I'd rather not.
Well, you have to.
I'd rather talk about my friends and the supporters. They're way better.
Well, we can talk about that. We can go back. No, listen, but from my perspective, from the outside, it looks like Nashville is maybe more of a workman's club. They're looking for some MLS veterans that are good workers. Daxon McCarty's great. I don't know if he's going to bring in a championship, but he is great. It looks to me a little more like a Minnesota, where Minnesota had kind of a slow grow, and then eventually, they're getting good now. Whereas I think, at least we hope, Miami is going to, we're going for the big stars. We're glitz and glamour. We're going to sign some big name players and hopefully be a little more like Atlanta, strong right out of the gate. What are your thoughts on some, maybe the philosophy of the players that Nashville's going after?
I've met a couple of these front office people. They're super nice, especially this guy, Ian. Love him. He's my fireball guy. I pour fireball down his throat. I trust in them. I do. I buy into their system. They have some English guys back there, between the coach and Ian, the CEO. I like the feel of them. They're gritty, and I think they're building a team like them.
My concern is you guys are pulling in too many USL players, which is exactly what Minnesota did, and it didn't work out for them the first couple of years. So, and you guys, because you're a USL team, you got to pull up some USL players.
Now, this is what I'm told. This is what I've heard, I should say. At most, one USL player will start. Okay, so those USL guys are, as far as I've heard, are just fighting for bench spots. Okay, I've heard that that's not how the team will go out there. And I wouldn't even compare it to Minnesota. I would take a look at who just joined and look at Cincinnati. Okay, that's pulling a ton of players in. Okay, that's pulling that's bringing your USL team up and going, here, give it a shot.
Yeah. Well, Cincinnati right now, they haven't even gotten many players. A lot of their players are re-upping with, so they
they suck this year. It looks like next year they're going to suck too.
Well, good luck with
sucking. Well, it did look. I mean, Cincinnati did. It seemed like almost every player on Cincinnati was left unprotected. It seemed like they're like, take them all. We don't care.
Yeah, but nobody took them.
Well, because you can only take one, and we took that defender that I'm questioning if that was a good decision.
Right.
I think. Listen, like I said, how much could I possibly know? How long have I been here? You know what I mean? But how I feel when I talk to these guys, you get that workman, you get that, gritty, no one goes home, no one sleeps kind of mentality, and no one cares, we're the best, and and I see them building a team like that around them. I do. And I think there'll be those couple of USL guys that make it. I think they said 4, right? 4. I think 4 they brought up, and I think 2 or 3 of them had already had MLS experience, so they're really good.
Is Nashville a big enough market for MLS? That's one thing you got. I wonder. I don't know anything about Nashville other than that you're there.
No,
that's all I know. And I have a cousin that lives there, but she's too famous to really talk to me.
That's too bad.
She's married to the guitar player of Rascal Flatts, so that's a whole nother level. Once you're at that level, it's like you distance yourself from the whole family. Being the black sheep and all.
Yeah, that's money.
Exactly.
So what was the question? I forgot already.
How do you think Nashville is as an MLS market? I mean, we talked about the players, we talked a little bit about the fans, but I mean, overall, how is it as a market? I was a little surprised that they got into the league so fast. They were announced as a team in 2016, and then quickly in 2017, they were awarded an MLS team. I gotta admit, that pissed me off a little bit without the struggle that we've had here, right, Ed?
Well, that's exactly like Miami, wasn't it?
Yeah, sure.
When did you guys announce? I think you guys announced it in 2011 when the Strikers came back that Miami was already getting.
Yeah, we announced it like 10 years ago, right?
But in reality, you got to eat a little crow. When was the actual first time we heard MLS Miami?
Oh man,
Ed, I don't know.
What year was it?
Gosh, man, that's it's the earliest 2000. I guess 2008, maybe. Or 2009.
It didn't become. I'd say 2008, Ed, when Marcelo Claure partnered with Barcelona, and that was in 2008. I have a scarf somewhere to prove it. And I think it was 2008. I'm pretty sure that they made that push. And then in 2008 also we had the economic collapse, and so that went away. And then it kind of went dark for a little while, and then right around, like I think you said, 2000. Whatever. Whenever David Beckham started getting interested, what year was that, Ed?
2011, I think.
And then there was an announcement at some point, and then it's like 6 years later, we're still just thinking about starting a team.
Hey, it's going to start playing. They're going to start playing.
I know that's just for us old guys that remember the history of it and the struggle of it. At the end of the day, we got a team, and that's all that matters.
So, That's one thing that kind of feeds into the whole thing, right? Like this struggle for Miami, and yet Nashville just looking like it was easy, right? Just to get right in. I don't know, man. And they started so PDL. They worked their way up too.
A little bit.
It was just a
little bit.
But it was quick.
It wasn't like. You heard a lot of Nashville talk about MLS. It was just like, okay, we're a small market. We got small market teams, and that's fine. It'd be great at that small market. That's fine. That's okay. And then out of nowhere, it was like, boom, we're in MLS.
Yeah. Well, listen, MLS needs to do one thing in this town, and that's figure out whatever the Predators did, because this town's crazy for them, dude. It's unbelievable. You think you're in this. You're in the South, and people, dude, hockey is it. Hockey is it here. The Predators, it's for real, dude. Downtown is a mob crazy scene every home match. And the tickets are bucks, dude. Bucks. which tells you the demand is high. When the demand's high, the price goes up, right?
Right.
And they're getting a ton of money.
That's what we're hoping happens over here. But Chris, you probably, I hope you know some of the players are going to be in Nashville. Have you even looked it up? Did you see the draft?
Were you at the draft? I would expect you to be there dancing on the tables.
Of course.
Were you drinking during the draft?
Dancing on the bar.
I was drinking on the draft bar.
Sitting there on the draft, just
during the draft. Yeah, I did have a draft during the draft.
Of course.
Yeah, big events like that, of course. Listen, hold on, and I'm not busting chops. I love you. All
right.
Did he lock you guys outside?
We were like puppy dogs looking on the window.
Yeah,
it looked like Mervyn.
And we were told strictly
they didn't let us in.
Strictly, we're not allowed to hold up any banners. We're not allowed to hold up any scarves. Nothing. We were very, you were talking about how, maybe the Nashville is, no connection. We have a bit of a connection, but, it's you can't show your brand. You can't, and yeah, you're outside. We're like, like the, puppy dog sitting on the window.
A lot of restrictions over here.
Nah, dude, they get away with a decent amount here. I'm very, listen, I would say the only thing, they don't throw stuff here. There's no streamers.
Okay. I don't think there'll be any of that here either. MLS just doesn't really approve of that these days.
Oh, okay. Well, this is even in USL, so I'm assuming same rules, right?
Well, Nashville, you guys are maybe a little more, gentlemanly, minus you, of course. I
bring it down.
I mean, yeah, I imagine there's no hopping the fence and just streaming yourself. I remember, it's funny, I remember, Ed, doing, I have a press pass, right? So I'm allowed to be out there, which is, very loose thing at Strikers games, right? As we all know. And I'm sitting there interviewing somebody, and then out of nowhere, just Chris hops over the fence and is running onto the field and just doing his own guerrilla interviews for his podcast.
Proof press passes, yeah.
Dude, listen, we won like 3-0 one match, right? And I come over the fence and what's his name's there?
Sean Chin.
Sean Chin. And he is pouring. I mean, dude, listen, I am on the field just after the whistle. I'm on, ready to start interviews. Dude, he is pouring down sweat, and he takes his shirt over his head, and I have the mic right there, and I asked him, do you think if you would have tried harder, we could have won by more? Dude, the look on his face, he was cracking up. Dude, those were I asked the one dude if they ever farted in the goalie's face.
I don't know. Didn't you ask some player about his shorts or something crazy like that? I don't know. There was some nonsense questions that.
Because he was always showing. How there's always those one or two guys, right? They always got to roll their pants way up. I go. Yeah. I told him. I said, you got to keep rolling them up, man. You got great legs.
And I don't think that's happening in Nashville. Not unless you want to go home in cuffs.
They got a sniper on the second level, take you right up.
with just staring right at you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's just normal. That guy brought that rifle from home.
Yeah.
Everybody else went over there, I imagine.
Oh, hell yeah. It's weird. I don't know.
Hey, Eric Thomas has had this in the chat for a while, and since you know so much about the players and you're so detail oriented about all the players.
You're a jerk.
He wants to know if you think they're going to acquire any more DPs or they're just going to keep it at the one DP that they've got. And a better question, can you name that one DP? He can't.
Have another drink. Have another drink, Chris.
Hani what?
Hani
close enough.
Not boo boo. Not boo boo. Okay.
Malavu.
Now you're just being offensive.
No.
It's if I'm saying it right, who knows? That could be offensive too. Hani
you say it.
That's what it looks like. I don't know.
Yeah.
So so they going to get another DP, or do you think they're just going to be a one DP team?
You know what? To be honest, I haven't heard anything about DPs. So I would have to be under the assumption that maybe that was it.
So yeah, I think you guys. It looks to me.
I didn't hear anything about a second one.
You guys are going to be maybe the a lower budgeted team compared to, say, Miami trying to compete with your LAs and your Atlantas. You guys look to be like I kind of said, like maybe more of a working man's club. Like, hey,
City's gonna be,
or kind of like how Columbus is. Kind of like I see you guys maybe as a Columbus. You're just a average team that once in a while is good, but for the most part you're going to be average. I mean, you've got similar colors as Columbus, so why not?
Yeah, maybe that's it.
I mean, that was kind of an insult.
Well, you guys got what?
Listen, you guys can bust my chops all you want, but I still get to fly into Fort Lauderdale to see you guys.
Speaking of busting your chops, how about that logo? What the hell's up with that logo? That is awful.
No, you love it, right?
No, I don't.
It's beautiful.
Not that one.
The tailgate logo is good, but the chopsticks that they have in the Nashville logo, I'm not so sure about.
Is that what the nickname is?
I just came up with that on the fly right now.
Oh, all right, cool.
Do you have a lot of Chinese in Nashville?
Listen, not as far as I know.
I guess it's not chopsticks.
Yeah. No, they're sound waves.
Yeah,
you know that, right? Though. Okay. I hate it with the stop sign. Without the stop sign, I love it. And I love the old logo way better than both of those. So I rank it old logo, new logo without the stop sign, new logo with the stop sign.
Eric Thomas comments on your comment. Geez, 1DP, you guys are really gonna suck.
Yeah, listen. Yeah, you know what? I wish someone that knows that kind of stuff could answer that. I mean, I'm a supporters guy. I'm the first to admit it. Listen, I support the team, of course, but I'm not a jock sniffer. I don't remember everybody and, everybody's name and number, and that ain't me, dude. It just, it's not me.
Right. So,
but I text Toby, he's not answering.
Well, there's one of the players, Zach McCarthy. You know that guy? He's played around for a while.
I posted it on. Listen. Oh, don't. By the way, the Tailgate Show.us. Go. We're on Instagram, Facebook, everything. You go. Yeah, we met Dax. We took a picture with the whole show with him. Yeah, dude, great guy, man. And listen, he is those other two guys. The guy I was telling you about, the coach, and Ian. Total grit. Oh my God, he's like. Just humble and you could just tell he's just, ready to get dirty right now.
I like Dax McCarty. That was a good
pickup. You're ready to get dirty right now. That sounded dirty.
Yeah.
That sounded dirty.
But, listen, I want to listen, a couple of things. I don't know. I guess does everyone know this? Like, okay, the Nashville on the picks. Yeah. I think out of the 5 or 6, right? Five
from the expansion draft. It was 5. They only kept
just 3.
Well,
3.
Yeah, because they traded them. They traded them all away. Yeah.
So listen, I think they have a serious plan intact, right? They knew, and even before, like secretive. They're not real secretive here. They, like because they, like the front office just will hang out with us and walk by and they talk to people and they're really cool. And then they, even before it all started, the vice president there, he's like, yeah, we're trading away probably most of them.
What about advertising there? Do you guys, are you advertising throughout the city? If I drive through Nashville, am I seeing this funky looking logo everywhere I turn, or what?
Yeah, it's everywhere. Billboards, everywhere.
I'm shaking my head because we've got 0. I mean, we have a nice little mural, and it's nice. But our ownership group, I don't know. They haven't decided to promote at all. I think the philosophy down here is if they promote too early, people just forget about it and don't care. But I don't agree. I think you keep it up there and you force it down people's face. I always reference Orlando because they painted the city purple. Everywhere you turn for the year before they launched, everything was purple everywhere. And we're not seeing, that here in Miami. But it's good to hear that it's happening in Nashville.
Yeah, that is strange. Listen, we heard this about the strikers one time, and I don't know if this relates at all, but they didn't want to advertise before they moved.
Yeah, but if Miami's not going to play in their future stadium for 2 to 3 years or something, due to Miami politics, it sucks. So it could take they're saying 2 years, but in reality, it definitely could be longer because of the Miami politics. So if you're not going to play there for a couple of years, you definitely want to do some sort of a media push or billboards to let people know that, hey, you're not actually in Miami, you're in Fort Lauderdale.
Or put something out in the front that says, "Hey, this is our new home," or something. I mean, people drive by and they're like, "What's happening here?" I'm going to
play God, and I'm going to milk David Beckham.
All right, God.
Okay, you ready? Looks, everything. You got it all.
Oh, wow.
Okay. You start selling out every single night at Fort Lauderdale. Yeah. I come in, I'm the MLS, I tell you, okay, now you got to move.
MLS is not coming in and telling the team they got to move. They're not, They have nowhere to go, really. Everybody says, "Oh, go to the Hard Rock." Well, the Hard Rock, for one, doesn't want them because the owner, Stephen Ross, has his own soccer company, Relevant Sports, that is in competition at times.
You don't want to play there.
Well, but I mean, you're saying if you've got to move, you're telling maybe my thought is you're saying you got to move because you're selling out every game. You want to move to a bigger location.
No. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase then because I know I probably half-assed that.
Oh yeah.
You're selling out every night in Lauderdale. Do you really have to ever go to Miami?
Ed, you go ahead. You prop Miami up, and then I'll give my opinion.
Well, Chris, you're a homer. You're a Fort Lauderdale guy for the longest time.
No. I made you David Beckham.
Oh,
this is your money now. You're selling out every night. Do you have to move?
Oh yeah, man. Miami's sexy. Okay. Fort Lauderdale, it's a mouthful.
Weird. It's weird though. Do you admit that it's weird, right?
I'll say this. I am the Fort Lauderdale guy, right? I'm broadcasting from Fort Lauderdale right now. I live 10 minutes from the stadium, and that's only because traffic lights, right? So I'm fairly close to Lockhart, so that's how come I could go and film these cool videos every single weekend. And a lot of people will argue that Fort Lauderdale is a better location because it's in between the Tri-County area. I would agree. They would also say that Miami is the better location because, there's more expendable income. What's going on over there, Ed?
Chris, what in tarnations are you doing? I just saw nipple, man. Is that allowed in YouTube? They're going to block us, man. I saw nipple.
What do you...
Thank God we're not on Facebook. They would have blocked us by now.
I'm on. Listen, I'm Cher. I got to do costume changes. I got one more change.
Okay. What do you? What's her name? Jackson that showed the old thing at the Super Bowl. Janet Jackson there. We got our own Janet Jackson.
Janet Jackson can show the nipple.
Listen, we're trying to boost up ratings here. Spread the word. We saw a nipple. It's like finding the coffee cup in that stupid show.
But
but
like I was saying, I think there's definitely arguments for Fort Lauderdale. Tri-County area, it's in the middle. There's more expendable income in Fort Lauderdale because people tend to make a little bit more money maybe. I get Fort Lauderdale makes sense, but I will agree 100% with Ed. Miami is a sexy city. Miami is there for marketing. You probably can get more, sponsorship dollars being in Miami and more global dollars being in Miami than you can in Fort Lauderdale.
See, now that's the stuff you need to know, right? Because then it's not just about filling a stadium.
Oh,
right?
No, it's not.
Right, yeah. So filling the stadium means nothing. Yeah, we sell out every night in Lauderdale, but it won't matter because still the bigger money is even back in Miami. So no matter what, you got to feel safe that eventually, we don't know when, but it will be in Miami.
I think so. I think it definitely will be in Miami. Like I said, MLS never wanted to come back to Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale, in their opinion, we all know the truth, but their thoughts are that Fort Lauderdale was a failure. And so they don't want to be back in Fort Lauderdale. The only reason they're in Fort Lauderdale is because they have trust in our owner, Jorge Mas. Because David Beckham is the face. He made this happen. But Jorge Mas is really the one pulling the strings. And they've got faith in Jorge being a local owner with a lot of money, local business connections, local political connections that we need him to start greasing some palms. But, so I think they want to be in Miami. Miami's the sexier city. Attendance matters. But I've always said, if for whatever, their argument has always been Miami's a bad sports town. If that is true, because it's been proven at times it is a tough sports market. But if that proves to be true with soccer, I think it still could be a success because of those corporate dollars, of the things like that. People buying out the boxes and like I said, the international corporate sponsors that'll be available in Miami. But at the same time, you don't want to look like Colorado or Dallas playing in an empty stadium either. So they're not building a 40, 50,000 stadium. They're building something in the 25, 30,000 range. So I think that's definitely doable. And, it benefits both cities because you're going to have the guys coming to work Monday through Friday at the training facility in Fort Lauderdale, also have a USL club playing there in Fort Lauderdale, and then going...
And the academy.
And playing their... on the weekends, they'll be playing their games in Miami. So where do you think most of those players, in my opinion at least, where do you think most of those players are going to live? They're going to live in Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale is going to benefit more probably than Miami, but Miami will get the name recognition.
Listen, if that's what's best for the club, we all agree, right? You got to do what's best for the club. I mean, if you don't, you're going to lose them. So you got to, however the club does it and pulls it off means nothing really. You're right. We're behind the club. And whatever they do, you got to hope that it's for the best.
And speaking of losing people, if Eric says he'll pay you to keep your shirt on, so we don't want to lose Eric. He's one of our best viewers.
Our only viewer, actually. So, that's we can't lose him. So please keep that shirt on.
Not our only viewer, Ed.
One more change.
Not our only viewer. We have a nice community that we're building here, but he is definitely a very active member that we want to keep around. So keep that shirt on.
Mm-hmm. So all right, let me ask you. So
this is turning into Chris interviewing us because Chris is not a good. Well, I'll rephrase that. I was going to say Chris is not a good guest. Chris is a great guest, but he at his heart wants to be the host of every situation. And so go ahead.
Yeah.
No, I love it. I think it's funny.
I feel like a hijacker now.
No, I just had to. I had to point. I had to point it out.
Not only do you copy our show, but weren't you? You copied the Blog Talk Radio thing.
All right, yeah, let's tell that story before he continues on interviewing me and Ed. But and that's fine too. But it was funny. Chris and I go back a while. It was. I think we first met when Fort Lauderdale Strikers was doing a brew bus at like 5 people showed up.
Pub crawl.
Yeah, pub crawl. But it was big bus. Yep. They rented out this nice big beautiful bus and like 5 people showed up.
6 of us,
yeah, 6 because you came and we met Chris and
you did.
And Ed and I were doing this Blog Talk Radio podcast Ultras Alive for many years, and Chris calls me up and says loves what I'm doing, and by the way, how do I'm going to rip you off, and how do you do it? So not only was he ripping it off, he wanted me to teach him how to do it.
Yeah, come on, I'm with you. You're with me. No, and listen,
and I did it.
Even in the
and we did it.
We did a pre-show doing this right now, and I'm like, all right, this is done. Like, you just fork that information over right now. I love
You're gonna do YouTube too now.
Listen, I've got to figure something out. Listen, when I built this studio, this new one, I purposely didn't put us in a box. I put us in a V so I could shoot a camera into the V, you know what I'm saying? So my plan was eventually to do it, but now after you guys get the kinks out, I'm going to get right in.
Yeah, man. One thing we've learned is we've done this show 2 ways, right? We've done it with a little more high end, and you were commenting on that, where we look like we're in a big fancy studio. It's all green screen. It's cool. We had really $2,000 camera, real state of the art, real good, nice. It looks great. But at the end, none of that really matters if you have a simple background like I have. That and are consistent. That's all.
And have David
Beckham
matters. In the background.
Well, that helps. That helps, I guess. Yeah, sure.
Content and great content.
Yeah, and Ed brings the great content. I bring the technology.
Yeah. Now, listen, you guys have been doing it a long time, and it shows. You guys know what you're doing. You're not rookies. And I enjoy it.
I don't know about that. About knowing what we're doing, but we're doing it.
Listen, you're doing it well.
Well, like we used to say when we did the podcast, we're going to do it whether you like it or not, because we enjoy doing it. So hopefully you join along. Yeah. And right now, people are joining along, and it's been pretty fun. But I recommend Chris, you once again rip us off, and I will help you. And especially if you guys are having artists in there. So talk more. Let's bring it back to the Tailgate Show. And if anybody's not watching, they could go to the tailgateshow.us or just go to Blog Talk Radio on it, or in the description of this video, I have a link to the Blog Talk channel as well. But you did the show here in Fort Lauderdale. You're doing it in Nashville. You tweaked it a little bit in Nashville to do music. So especially with doing that, I think it has to be a YouTube channel.
Yeah. That's been absolutely incredible, bro. I mean, it's been something I could have never even imagined. But I had went down to the Singer-Songwriter Festival in Key Largo. My buddy Phil goes every year, and he told me he knows how much I love that stuff. He's like, you got to come. And I went and checked it out, and man, these people were just amazing. The most amazing artists you've ever seen in your life, and they're all from Nashville. And the first thing I asked, like a couple of them, like, why are you not famous? What's wrong? And you get here and you realize the competition's sick. I mean, it's sick, dude. They play everywhere. There's a McDonald's by Opryland that has live music.
Wow.
I mean, there's live music everywhere you can imagine. It's great. It's awesome. But I've met a lot of these kids, and they're just great kids. And they're super, because they're, trying to make it, and they see me, we're trying to do our thing, and and it's great for them because, I mean, listen, it's tough to get on the air, right? It's really tough. And because social media is king, they can come over here, I can interview them, they can play music live, and they can use those links, and it's just a social media thing, And it's been incredible. Dude, we have some people who have played here, Jay Hartley, Nick Britt, Hunter Tyne Davis. We've had so many just phenomenal artists, phenomenal. And if you ever get a chance to go back to listen to those shows, look for those singer-songwriter ones. Wow.
And do you talk soccer with them? I mean, do you pressure them into, that's what I would do. I would say, do you follow soccer? Why don't you follow soccer? Hammer them and make a joke about it. Do you do that?
Absolutely. Come on. It's me. So now, normally it's the first hour is them, and then I try to get them to stick around and listen to the second hour and be involved in the soccer talk, just so we can, get them involved and get their take on things. And, that's great. I mean, we've had guys like Nick Britt, he's from Black Market Research. Check him out. Awesome. He came over, and he's a full hijacker like me. We never got the soccer that night.
That's cool. So, Chris, why don't you tell people a little bit more of where they can reach you? We already said the website.
Yeah.
You're also on social media.
Yep. The tailgateshow.us. It's the Tailgate Show everywhere: Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
All right. So when we.
All right. So listen. No, I got more questions.
All right. The show is yours.
The Tailgate Show.
What time are we on?
Whenever we feel like it.
Whenever we want. Yeah.
All right. You guys should get pillows.
We don't have rules here.
All right, so listen, I want to take on how many supporters groups and who's who and what, and I like a take on them. Give me a little what makes them different from the others.
Well, first off, they all hate Nashville.
Listen. You can make us your rival if you want, but you're gonna love being here, and you're gonna be and it'll be on everyone's trip every time. Oh, I want to listen. Remind me to go back to that because, God dang it! Now I don't want. I want to talk about that real quick. Let me just say this. I said that Nashville should find a way to find out how many supporters have gone to other places and set records, because I truly believe they will set records for the most away fans. Now I know that sounds weird. You obviously want your own fans, but I'm telling you, the most amount of people will travel to go to Nashville than any other MLS team next year.
More than Miami?
That's correct. We will beat you in that.
Maybe. I've heard Nashville is an awesome place to go. It's never. I drove through it once. That was it. I drove through Tennessee. I don't even know if we went through Nashville, but you know, I have heard some great things. It'd probably be a fun place to take my wife or something like that. But as far as supporters clubs, I mean, let's see, what do we got? We've got right here. We've got this scarf. We've got Southern Legion, right?
Southern Legion. Okay, that was the first one, right? Am I right?
Right.
And is that still the like? All right, how do the memberships work? Is Southern Legion still the biggest?
Well, I don't know if anybody knows who's the biggest at this stage.
I'm destroying my set.
Yeah,
here.
no. So,
but
we'll find out once the stadium, once we start playing.
Okay.
That's when we'll see who's really. Well, not even then, because a lot of people are going to be on the bandwagon. Yeah. So they'll be joining a group just the the first games or whatever. Now, if we get together, if you go to the state, when we had the draft, you were able to see the different type of identities. Yeah. There's a Vice City. They're more Southern South America, more Argentinian. A lot of their songs are songs from the other, from South America. They just basically change the words on some of those songs, so they're kind of known. They're easy to repeat. I think they're
easy to repeat if you speak Spanish.
The rowdiest.
They're not for me.
Yeah. They're basically, they're more of a Spanish thing. I haven't heard them sing anything in English yet. Yeah. The Siege are basically, I think they're a little bit
these
more.
These guys. The first.
Which one's that?
First time.
Okay.
First time showing it on FMTV. But I do have a Siege scarf because I designed it. Believe it or not. So, which is weird. I'm part of another supporters group, but I designed this thing. So there it is.
Yeah. I don't find it weird at all.
So,
the Siege is more
I pay for all these guys. I pay for everyone.
On FMTV, we support everybody. We may have our supporters club that we are a member of, but I'm friends with everybody, so what have you. Yeah, but so far there's 3 real supporters groups. There is a fourth that's sort of trying to join in, but there's 3 that are going to be considered official. So these are all sanctioned supporters groups by the team, but obviously throughout the season some people will pop up and create supporters clubs.
There'll be more,
but as far as official,
that's the same as here, right? That's the same as here. They have their official ones. I think they had to have I want to say 50 paid members or more.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But also, there's the reason there's some of these, they're official as opposed to just happening organically and stuff like that. It's because MLS really likes to control some of that. There's a supporter liaison for every single team, and every single team's liaison meets together a few times a year to discuss how they're treating their supporters. They'll talk about stuff like, I guess, this Iron Flag situation that popped up this year, and they definitely like to try to control the supporters a little bit. In my opinion, they're trying to control the supporters a little bit too much. And so that's why, I've kind of stepped back as far as leadership of the supporters, and I'm just a supporter and want to focus more on this. But MLS and their teams definitely try to get very, very involved with the supporters for the good and maybe for the questionable.
Yeah, I thought when I first saw Southern Legion, I really loved the logo. I kind of got it.
Peter did that one too.
The colors,
that too. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. And then when I saw the Siege, I was weirded out, only because I was like, oh my God, it's so close to the team's logo.
Yeah, it is.
I'm like, how does that, so obviously they must have the team. What is that? Is that the team supporters group or
no?
How does that work?
You handle that, Ed. It's a touchy subject.
That's why I asked the questions.
Well, I would say they're probably the ones that want to follow the team more than everybody else. They're less independent, I'd say, only because they want to be most like the team. So, I'm trying to be, as
politically correct.
Yeah, exactly.
They had a separate designer. The designer does not work for the team that designed the logo. I said I designed the scarf, not the logo. But somebody designed the logo. We don't agree with it, but there's all these supporters clubs. Basically, all 3 of them came out of Southern Legion. So Southern Legion was the club, and then there was maybe some ideas of going in different directions, so they splinter off, and that's fine. Everybody finds their own path and wants to do their own thing, and that's fine. And at the end of the day, when the supporters are in the stands, as long as they're all unified and cheering for the same thing, that's all that matters.
And that's exactly what goes on, and it goes on everywhere. It goes on everywhere, you know. And next year, it's going to be far different. Like last year, you know, one supporters group is at a bar, one supporters group's tailgating, right? So now next year, everyone's tailgating every match, you know, and everyone. And for the matches we did at Nissan, everyone tailgated together, and it's the best time. Let me tell you,
that's what's going to happen over here. I think. I think everybody's, you know, it's all about. You know, once the team starts playing, I think people are going to start concentrating on the team. It's not going to be that much about the supporters group.
So let's talk about the supporters there for a second. Have there been any belly flops in pools, or any ice luge type things that you're drinking shots down? I mean, what's it like there?
Ice fishing, maybe. Ice fishing.
Listen. They've only really seen me. You know, I've grown up a lot,
really?
Right? No, but you know, they saw me a couple of times, and always at a Nissan match. You know, I talked to David Ito. I had him on the show because I want to talk about that also, about our reminder back line. I forget stuff. Like, what was I saying?
You were saying that they think you're this more mature person, that you've grown up. Which,
really not.
No, come on.
But the tailgates at Nissan have been off the chain, dude. They get DJs, you know, footy, this pong, you know, the you know what I'm talking about, the foot. What do you call it? The soccer ball, beer bong. They had the big dartboard one time with the soccer ball. So, and it's going to be great. It's going to be absolutely awesome. And everyone partying together, just huge tailgates, huge tents everywhere. It was absolutely phenomenal.
But no belly flopping pools.
And no pool stuff. And listen, you know, we are going to lose a lot of the great things that we enjoyed in lower level soccer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're going to lose people coming to the house. We're going to lose, you know, belly flops and ice luges in the parking lot and lighting things on fire in the parking lot. And, you know, we lose all that. But we get the MLS. We get number one. So you got to take it, right? You got to take the good with the bad.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to, man. Man, I wish I had the whatever you're drinking, because you seem to be enjoying that.
Yeah, well, I started off with, you know, local beer. And then I went to the, I really love this Old Smoky, Tennessee. It's from one of the breweries downtown, and this is a salted caramel whiskey. Oh my God, I've been putting that in my hot chocolate.
You're not going to get me with whiskey because I don't care about that. But
that'll wake you up.
When it's flavored, though,
the beer sounds good. Especially I've been on this strict diet. I haven't had beer in forever. I mean, I did have two at some event that we did, MLS Cup final, but that's it in about 4 months. So, you know, I'm definitely ready for talk about that a little bit. How is the local beer scene in Nashville? With all the music and clubs, I would think that would be a really good environment to introduce real local brews.
Dude, this town, like I'm telling you, is so there's hipsters, and it's so hip in everything they do. I really think, you know, that it just translates across everything pretty much. It does have this weird thing with the Titans. I never really understand who's a fan, who's not a fan, and how many fans they get. But it seems like, you know, because I guess it's basically the Predators and us, you know, so I pretty much I know them too, because they very much coincide. There's a lot of Predator fans that are Nashville SC fans, you know?
Yeah.
But everyone loves the Predators, it seems like.
Great.
But the scene is awesome. Tons of craft beers everywhere. Even downtown alone, I think, has 4 or 5 breweries in it.
Gonna get
in that downtown area.
How about a Nashville SC beer? I mean, and what?
They you know who they signed? Fat Bottom.
Are they gonna make their own beer for Nashville?
Yes, and they already got the 2 cans are out. You can check them out.
What's it called?
The 2 cans are out.
The sound bar or something?
He's like, dude, I just drink them. I don't read them.
Chopsticks.
Yeah, chopsticks. Well, I don't like that chopstick.
Or sound wave or something.
I mean, it's
like
supposed
that, right?
to be a sound wave, but yeah.
But all right, listen. All right, I want to defend the logo one more time. Have you seen it without the stop sign?
I mean, I'm looking at the logo right now. Our viewers are looking at the logo right now.
They don't look at that one.
I mean, but I can imagine what it looks like without the stop sign. I mean, I can imagine.
It looks so cool, though.
You can see the Inter Miami one, and then you see the Nashville one.
No, listen. You guys win the logo. You win the logo.
Yeah, you got it. How about, speaking of logos, because I am a logo guy. I'm in the graphics business, you know, and you are too a little bit there with your Gooser shirt. What do you think of the Chicago Fire rebrand? Have you seen that? Oh,
no.
I don't have that to pull up, but does
it look like the fire emoji?
It looks bad.
It looks cool, right? It's a bad one. It's
actually. People are saying, well, it's not horrible, but they had a good logo. It looked like a fireman's badge, and now it looks. It's a little bit similar to Vancouver's, where Vancouver has the mountains this way, and then again this way. And it's where, you know, it's kind of
the reflection.
Yeah. And they've got the similar type of thing, but it's a fire going dee 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 dee, and then back down, blah, 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 and this oval type of look. But anyways,
all right. So listen, all this action at Lockhart, you guys spent so much time there. Now you see this thing going on, and we had. You know, even the crappers didn't work. I mean, it was horrible. And already
there was holes in the wall.
Already, just the right person with the right money. Already, you're laying turf. Feelings about losing that Lockhart and regaining this new one.
I think it was time for there was no way of fixing it. It was just too old. I think that it was the only thing that they could do. You just take the whole thing out and start from scratch.
Absolutely.
And it's exciting. It's, you know, out with the old, in with the new.
Will the pitch face the same way?
No.
Do you know?
No, facing north-south.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So none of the players really have the sun in their face. I mean, the fans won't, but none of the players.
No. Well, the supporters won't.
No, supporters won't. But where I'm sitting will. But that's okay. I have sunglasses.
Yes.
I'm all right with that.
Yeah. Well, now you can feel what we felt. Those were tough.
Exactly.
Those were tough. Those 7:00 starts.
Yeah,
we were sitting there. Yeah. Remember, we complained so much that they moved us to the other side. We had to. We missed the whole first 30 minutes.
Yeah, we were like this the whole time.
Let me ask you, since you asked the question about how we feel about the stadium, how do you? I know you're friends with and we're part of Flight 19, and those guys are anti everything Inter Miami, They were really pro. This FXE football group, when we were on your show and we talked a little bit about it, and FXE wanted to kind of just take the bones and keep them and redo the stadium, and so they wanted that. They wanted to have their own club to be proud of, to that is not Miami related, a USL Championship club, for example, but instead they're going to have Inter Miami with a League One Division III club that's going to also call that place a home. What do you think about those people that are not willing to accept Inter Miami coming into Lockhart and really making it beautiful compared to what it was? It was falling down. It was full of asbestos. It was just a mess.
Listen. This only boils down to one thing: that there is no chance of a Fort Lauderdale team anymore, ever. And that sucks, Peter. If you're a Fort Lauderdale person, there is no chance ever again, because now Miami's there and that's it. And listen, I am a soccer guy. I want the best soccer possible, but I do feel for those people that are Lauderdale people. I was born and raised in Lauderdale. I want a Lauderdale team, and that will never happen for them again.
Can't they be happy supporting the Division III team?
No.
Why not?
No, not that. I don't think the true Lauderdale person will do that. I think everyone else will. I mean, there are some people that you cut them and they bleed red and gold. There's nothing else that comes out. And I don't hate those people, and I feel for those people, but I'm not that. I could never. I mean, I can't not go. I can't do that. I can't. If it's that close to me, I gotta go.
Yeah.
But I'm still going. Still supporting.
I'm going, man.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But listen, there are those people in everything, right? Whether it goes. Listen, I know people that bleed green and white Jet fans. I mean, they love the Jets, love them. And after that kneeling incident, after we went 1-15 one year, no problem. The kneeling thing happened, and they were veterans. They won't go watch Jet games no more. So there are diehards in everything that will take it to the next level, and you can't hate them. You have to appreciate them because there is something in those people, in all of us. It gives us that fire. Yeah, we don't, we won't discard everything else because of that, but you got to love that fire.
Besides yourself, are there any other Jets fans in Nashville? I mean,
they're not out of closet.
and I don't think the Jets aren't very good this year, are they?
Why? When were we good?
I don't know. I mean, I know is the Dolphins are awful, but I saw them lose today. But
yeah,
but I don't know about the Jets.
Well, they always.
I think. Yeah. Well.
All right. So listen.
What else you got, Ed?
You mentioned that there wasn't a lot of support. There wasn't a lot of billboards and all that stuff.
Hang on. I think there is a lot of support. I think people are, they see me walking around with an Inter Miami T-shirt, and they, you get the thumbs up. I'm starting to see some more magnets around town. There are magnets
everywhere. Yeah,
I'm up in Broward.
No
billboards. Nothing like that.
No billboards.
And no buses.
Well, hang on.
Actually,
a Heineken type of advertisement on some sort of shuttle bus or something, right, Ed?
Right. On shuttle buses and
Heineken is their first sponsor.
And all the Heineken trucks have.
Do you think it makes it tougher going into March or February and people knowing it's there?
So I am, again, I'm in the graphics business. I'm in the marketing business. So that's something I pick on a lot. I mean, we sell billboards and stuff like that at my company and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think it's a big mistake. I want to feel the buzz. I want the city to feel electric. I want to see pink everywhere. Back in the
they should do that pink thing where they paint the island.
We did that in the 80s, man. I was there. I
went
to it.
I know, retro.
I went to it. I went there on a school project. They let us. I was in, I don't know, middle school, maybe high school. I don't remember exactly.
Oh, long time ago.
We went into a high rise overlooking the bay there, and got a great view of the island. So yeah, the Pink Islands. It was Cristo was the artist that did that. That would be amazing to do something new like that again. And do I think it hurts them? I'm not so sure, because I've heard a number, and I don't know if this is accurate, but I have heard a number of something like 12,000 season tickets. I don't know if that are sold or if that they're just planning on selling, and then the rest for walk up.
Yeah, we plan on selling 20,000.
Well, no. They want to make sure all teams. They don't sell the entire stadium for or at least most teams. They don't sell the entire stadium for season tickets. They want to be able to have some people that are coming into town and being able to get tickets.
They would turn down season tickets?
I don't know. There are many teams cap season tickets and then make sure that there are available walk-ups.
Oh, maybe for away people or something?
Anything. So, walk up, away, what have you.
Oh, all right.
So most teams in most sports will at least allow a small number of seats. And so if there's 12,000 season tickets, I guess they're doing pretty good. They're going into like a 19,000 seat stadium. So,
do you guys have a coach and it's just not announced, or you don't have a coach?
That's what I think is happening. They know who the guy is. They just haven't announced him yet.
Jorge,
and we have an idea of who it could be, but we're not really sure.
And who's Fred Flintstone that makes the picks?
Yeah. Oh, Paul McDonough.
I don't know. Does he look a little more Barney or a little more Fred?
Fred.
You think he's more Fred?
Just disheveled.
I thought he was maybe a little more Barney.
Yeah, maybe hair color wise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, you guys. Now, Peter, now you're never going to get a press pass.
Well,
right now, if he listens to this, that guy Peter never.
We'll never get him on the show.
No.
Hey,
Jackie,
listen,
don't give him a press pass.
We
That's
talk
okay.
about you because we love you.
It's okay. That's okay.
Why.
I'm okay with being independent if that means that's the only way to have fun, right? So if that's what it takes to have fun, we'll stay independent.
I believe in that. I do, man. Listen, we do a 2-hour commercial for them.
Exactly.
Once a week.
So
get over it.
So
what we do the things we do.
Yeah, Fred Flintstone, also known as Paul McDonough, makes the picks. But to Ed's point, on that night that the picks were being
the coach. You got to get back to the coach part.
That night, Jorge Mas, the owner, when they were making the picks of the expansion draft, did go on MLS. He was interviewed, and he did say that we have somebody, and we just aren't ready to announce it. So, can I
ask you a question? Could you imagine that there's a team that would start picking players without a coach? That would be really weird. That would mean, hey, listen, here's what we're giving you. Good luck. I just think this guy's behind the scenes. For whatever reason, they want to roll out the red carpet and announce the guy. I just think it would be disrespectful if you pick a team with this dude getting no say whatsoever.
Well, he's got an excuse to say, well, look, I failed with the guys that you guys gave me.
Yeah, it's your fault. That's the first thing I'd say.
No, you guys screwed on me.
Good job picking him.
I got
one leg.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't pick that guy. Yeah.
Well,
so
the thought process behind that, and I did hear Paul McDonough talking about that as well, and I mean, I get it a little bit, is that if they were picking up a coach that was in MLS currently or had an MLS background, that argument makes sense because they're going to know all the players and you're going to want their input. If the coach is international, he doesn't know these players. He's, I guess, not going to do a ton of research, although he probably should. But, so it's not as important for, when they're picking an international coach to have that kind of knowledge of the MLS players. So if he doesn't have any knowledge of those players, what value does he bring as far as picking them? Now, having said all that, Jorge Mas also said that this coach did have some input because the coach that we think is going to be picked here did play for DC United for one season.
Oh, so you even got a guy in mind who you think it is?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Peter, don't lie. Peter can't lie, dude. I can read your face.
No, we know.
You got a horrible poker face. Do you know? Yes or no?
No, I do not. No, we are not. We are not in with a club. We have some in here and there, but no.
Yeah, but it's not like when the strikers were around.
No. I 100% do not know, but it is the worst kept secret at this point. And if it is not who we think it is,
but why do you think it is? Who you think it is?
Go through it, Ed.
Well, because the guy he's still coaching right now, and his contract isn't over. So I guess once the season's up, that's when they're going to be able to announce the guy.
Yeah. So
there's
season's up. MLS is over.
No. They're going after
not MLS.
They're going after Marcelo Gallardo, who's currently coaching River Plate, and they're in Copa Libertadores. They're in.
That's a Brazil, right?
No.
River Plate. Where are they? Argentina.
South. Just a little south of Brazil.
They just lost the Copa Libertadores final
South America.
Flamengo.
Okay, so they lost, and so
they just lost.
So does that mean we could, as early as tomorrow, have an announcment?
It could be.
Or more than likely, they would wait till after the holiday. I would imagine. Do you?
How great to bring another Brazilian to Lockhart.
It's not Brazilian. He's not Brazilian.
He's Argentinian.
South of Brazil is this country called Argentina.
Close enough.
Well, it is close.
He's like, same thing. They don't even speak the same language, Chris.
Does that matter either?
They have an awesome place there, though. I did go. They have a place called Foz do Iguaçu, which are these amazing waterfalls where you can actually view the waterfall from Brazil and from Argentina. And
Chris, he's married to a Brazilian. So
yeah, I've been there. It's amazing. And I was in Argentina. I was in the Argentina side and got to walk through the amazing waterfalls. And then the next day, we go over to the Brazil side, do the same thing. So they are close.
Did you go to the Paraguay side?
No, because you really can't see the waterfalls from Paraguay. What Paraguay is most known for is buying electronics. It's real cheap there. So, but I did actually set foot in Paraguay because I also went to this big water treatment facility that is like this big, amazing technology that serves all three countries. So,
wow,
yeah.
Well, that's a lot of useless non-soccer information.
Do you want any more of my travel information?
Yeah, your miles.
Yeah. Those are some good, those are some good miles.
So I can travel.
It's a 10-hour flight to that part of Curitiba. So.
All right, so let's get to the point now. You guys are going to be in the East, and we're going to be in the West.
Are you lining up in the
For
West?
real? But they already said that.
Oh, did they?
I don't know.
No, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention this week.
I don't know. I've heard it a bunch of times. That's why I thought that's what it's going to
be. Still on the... Wasn't Chicago on the East? Man, I don't even know.
Hey, this is your show, buddy. You're supposed to have the info.
Well, I follow anything Miami. I don't, care too much about them. But I think I heard that Chicago was over here at the East.
You're going to the East? You're going to go in the East?
We should be in the East.
That's going to stink for us, And because
you guys are in the East too,
right? So now I heard that we would go to the East. You guys would go to the East. We would go to the West 1 year, and then we would go to the East when St. Louis comes on in, and they would go to the West.
Makes sense.
Gotcha.
All right.
Well, that's what I heard.
I guess you guys are Westerners for a while.
I know that kind of sucks. I mean, only because our most of our matches are far away, but not only that, but late. Holy mackerel! Shit, starting at 10:30. Come on, man. Some of us are old.
Right.
So
got to get up early.
So to go back to the Fred Flintstone comment, Eric feels that Paul McDonough looks a little more like Chris Farley.
Oh, that's a good one. Very good.
If Chris Farley survived, a little bit older. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, look, in Chicago, staying in the East, I thought they were going to go to the West because they're more West.
That would make sense.
Sheesh. But whatever.
Yeah. All right.
Whatever. MLS does things that they do what they want.
Yeah.
So, do you think there'll be any rivalry here, Miami Nashville?
No,
they already.
No, just because we came into the same time means
they
nothing.
already blew out what I thought would happen. We thought that the first game in history, when there's two MLS expansion teams, they play each other. Orlando played New York City and they do it, I think, every year, and it makes sense. I thought our first game would be against you guys, but it's not. And I think your first game is Atlanta, so that's one you're going to lose.
You're going to get murderized.
You're going to lose that one for sure.
Murderized,
killed. Shocker.
Yeah, who the F are you to make that prediction? Like, already we lost.
Dude, those guys are good.
Oh, come on.
And you guys are like, you guys have USL rejects. And
this is BS. This is
well, not only USL rejects, I mean, you've got an MLS reject for a coach.
Whoa. Oh, yeah, he is.
Ooh,
yeah.
Body blow.
I was at the draft party, and I asked him, I said, are you nervous? Going back up to the MLS? Because why would I be nervous? I said, well, because a lot of times, the USL moving up to MLS, done more, and he was already in MLS.
Yeah, he coached Colorado, Gary Smith. He coached Colorado.
Yeah, and he was not, he's like, no, absolutely not. And I really feel like he has a big part in these picks. Because he feels like, listen, he didn't say it, but I feel like he feels like, if I got a chance to pick who I wanted and get what I wanted, I could do something better.
Yeah, no, he may be all right, but he had, I think, like one good year in Colorado, and then kind of was like, kind of thrown out of there. I don't know how many years he coached, but I don't think it was considered a success.
I heard that name River Plate before. Did they ever play at Lockhart with us, or play at Lockhart River Plate?
It's a possibility.
Maybe.
Man. They've been around.
Maybe.
Yeah, they have a lot of people. They have a lot of followers over there. I think so.
Possible. I'm not sure.
It could be.
But maybe it was just a different Brazilian club.
Who's navy and gold, blue and gold?
That's not them. They're red and white.
Boca Juniors is your
Boca
colors,
Juniors.
Yeah.
And red and white and
they have that. No, they have a sash.
I don't know.
All right.
It's all a blur to you at this point.
This is Strikers a long time ago.
All right, guys.
It's been a lot.
Well, we're rambling at this point. We've gone on for an hour and 19 minutes. Ed, did you have?
Oh, Chris, but hold on, man. Chris hasn't changed to his third outfit
All right,
yet.
go. Come on, Beyonce. Let's go, Beyonce.
Come on, you can do it. Yeah. At least we didn't see nipple this time, so that's good.
Oh yeah, at least he just walks off. Set
That would be a bad thing. Oh, look at that.
He just turns it backwards. Okay, all right.
No,
it's a brand new shirt.
It is.
Yeah, it's not the same shirt, just turned backwards.
Oh, look at that.
All right.
He spared us the nipple.
Yes, I don't want to get you guys thrown off for nippleitis.
Yeah. You know, there are new guidelines on YouTube, so we got to be careful.
Be careful. All right, listen, guys, I want to thank you so much for having me on. I totally appreciate it. I've loved you guys from the beginning. You guys helped me with the beginning of Blog Talk and, helped me with the radio show, and you got me kicked off. You guys are great guys. We've always had a great time together. Missed those striker days with you guys. And I look forward to ripping you guys off in the future.
All right, we'll teach you how to do it.
And hopefully you'll be successful and you'll send us a lot of love.
Yep. Mutual Admiration Society here. So So anyways, guys, let's kind of wrap up the show. Thanks so much for those of you that were in the chat, support, playing along a little bit. I know this isn't the kind of show that sometimes we'll talk a little more nitty gritty players and stuff like that. The chat loves that stuff. But this time we had to just catch up with an old buddy to see what it looks like in Nashville. How do the two cities compare? I think that's
how much they're gonna suck next year. That's we needed to find it out. For somebody that's actually there.
Ed, how about a little over under in points?
And I so badly hope we don't suck and then have to eat some serious crow.
All right, so listen. Let's just go for scarves, right? Let's go. Most points for the year.
All right. Whoever wins the most points has to send the scarf, or what?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. We'll do that. All right.
I need some Southern Legion stuff.
Yeah.
I don't have no Southern Legion.
It can't be like one of those bets like so many. You always hear these bets where like these presidents of clubs or coaches of clubs. I'll shave my head. That has no value here because look at you guys. Look at you guys. There's no value in that.
It look like two boobs.
Yeah, all we need is a nipple up on top. Since we've been talking about nipples.
All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for Chris for joining us and also being our test guest. So now that we've kind of worked out a couple kinks at the very beginning of the show, we did have a little bit of double audio, but we fixed that. So thanks for being our guinea pig and having fun with us. We will look forward to talking to you again as we get closer to playing and probably destroying Nashville. So that'll be a lot of fun.
By the way, I'm Italian. You can't say guinea. It's racist.
So is that little animal, that little pig, is that a racist pig?
You just can't say guinea.
But it's a guinea pig.
I'm telling you, you can't say guinea around me.
They eat those in Ecuador.
Good for Ecuador.
Great. I'm not good. But so you can't have a guinea pig then, because a guinea can't have a guinea pig.
Of course not.
I don't know the rules. But I'm glad you're here to teach me.
I don't have a snake either.
So anyways, thanks everybody for watching. Oh, just a couple of little updates. Tomorrow you'll be able to see the construction video that will go up, and that'll be it for me for this week. I'm not going to do a news segment. Ed might do a news segment, but I am not.
Why aren't you going to do it?
Well,
Peter?
Ed, because let's just.
Oh no,
man, no, that can't be. That's
does he love the pink more than the purple, or the purple more than the pink?
He's gonna go see Mickey. That's what he's trying to say. But why did you put that? Okay, put on Mickey ears or something, but not the Orlando hat, man.
Oh, Mickey ears. All right.
Purple.
Oh, that's better.
All right.
Take that hat off. We're gonna burn it.
There we go.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
All right.
Cover up that Orlando.
Where's Justin when we need him?
Right.
So I'm heading up to Orlando to that doesn't.
Yeah, take that.
It doesn't. It
got to burn
here. Let's.
You can't even wear that anymore, even as a joke. Right.
I know.
Let's fix that.
You can't. I mean, it's like That's gonna be your real rival, right?
It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. All right.
But is Orlando going to be your real rival?
Well, is a rival usually somebody that, once in a while beats you? You have some competitive matches. I mean, because I don't think Orlando has that capability.
It's about being close, and they can get right to you and in your
All right, well
face.
then yes. But as far as skills and stuff like that, it may be more Atlanta, hopefully, because we're hoping to not suck forever like Orlando does. But
because they've sucked forever.
And I've been to some Orlando games. I did enjoy myself going to them. And that's why
they thought getting Kaká was going to be, they were going to win the championship with one player.
It was just Kaká.
Yeah.
That's it. And they were Kaká. So
I will be going up to Orlando for the rest of the week, and so so I will not be doing a news show, but hopefully Ed will put something up there for you guys, maybe in English, maybe in Spanish.
We'll put something.
Yeah,
something.
Everybody encourage Ed to get more videos out because people like them. People like them.
People love videos. Who doesn't love a good video?
Ed. They like to see Ed. They don't want to just see me. So we got to need.
Chris, we're not talking about porn here, all right?
All right,
we're talking about soccer.
At this point, it's time to end the show, and.
On that
note, we got to go. Thanks for watching.
What? You're the one that watches that stuff.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you here next week. Make sure to watch the construction video and like and subscribe if you have not done so already. Help us get to 1,000. Go and listen to the Tailgate Show. Soon you'll be able to watch it, hopefully. But the link for the Tailgate Show is in the description below, thetailgateshow.us. Check them out. Chris is a lot of fun. And, he talks a lot of nonsense.
You get to see that beautiful mug.
Well, you'll get to listen to it at least for now. But eventually, hopefully, he'll move over to YouTube and you'll get to see that ugly mug right there on that shirt. So thanks for watching, everybody. And we will see you next week.